everybody. Amy Jewers from Edge Marketing, Edge Unscripted here, and I'm with Paul Sperry, who's the founder and CEO of IVIONICS. Paul, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the podcast today. So here we are at the new venue for Legalweek. Tell me what you think about just the venue in general. Do you like it?
I like it better than last year's venue, for sure. I think it's more open. For me, it's easier to get to. It seems like we got a good flow of participants coming in, so it's great. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. It's just very airy. You don't feel like you're in a hamster wheel running up and down escalators and whatever else. Anyway, so big improvement.
Yep, I agree.
So we're here at the conference, and I know that you guys are doing a lot of great things. And obviously you're deep into AI, so tell me a little bit about how you guys are navigating AI in today's world.
Sure. So we're probably the only one that's bringing AI to the forefront. Just kidding. So our AI strategy is really kind of twofold of how do we bring value to our clients through AI. And the first is getting them to understand how it can transform their law firm. There's so many areas, and a lot of people are just focused right now on research, document review, document automation, but it goes so far beyond that.
Yeah.
And those are the things we're trying to just really bring the knowledge and the education to them to make good, sound decisions. So as we like to say it, is we're their coach for getting them to adopt AI within their firm. So it's done right? There's so many different things that can go wrong, but we're also doing it for ourselves. So the other side to this is that, we need to be relevant, and we are using AI now to replace or automate a lot of the services that we provide to our clients, so that our help desk is not going to grow beyond what it is, but we could still take on more customers by automating that process. So we're using it for ourselves first and foremost, but also bringing it to our clients.
Yeah. So when you are approached by a potential client, like what are some of the problems or the big problems that they're bringing to you? Like what's the top of their mind?
So that's an interesting question, because they really don't bring a problem, and we get into what I call the AI standoff.
Okay.
And the AI standoff is they come to us
and say... That doesn't sound good.
Well,
it is. Standoff is not good.
Well, it's not until you get past it, right?
Okay.
So, but the standoff is we'll ask them, well, what do you want to do with AI? And they said, well, I don't know. What can AI do for us?
Yeah.
And AI could do so many different things that we could sit there and spend hours telling them all the things that it can do, and then letting them make a decision of what it can or can't do. So what we do is we have a structured methodology that takes them through the process to identify where AI can really help them.
Nice.
We put the policies together, we put framework in place, and then we help them identify the things where AI can be the most beneficial to the firm, and we start there. So that's the...
And you actually go in and implement as well? And
we will do the implementation.
Like how far do you go?
It depends, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many vendors here at the show that have AI embedded into their application.
Yeah.
So obviously we're not replacing that.
Yeah.
If that's a good fit for them, then we help them bringing those solutions to their firm.
Sure.
But that is limited. We go beyond that by utilizing products like Copilot and building agents, and really kind of integrating the whole AI solution for them, building an AI platform, as we like to say it, so that they can leverage all of their data and not just the public data that they're accessing when they're using like a ChatGPT or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. So, it sounds like you're hearing a lot of common themes from the law firms, which you just kind of touched on, which is, tell us what to do. And you're like, well, let's talk through this a little bit step by step, almost like phase by phase of how they operate, right? Like looking at everything top to bottom.
Yeah, that's the approach that is, I think, the most effective.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep in mind, AI is evolving.
I know.
So if we go back and look at a year ago, what was AI being used for? What is it used for today? And if we want to go a year forward, you're going to go out there and say, well, why do we do that when it's doing so many other more beneficial things for us? So we just put them onto a roadmap for success, knowing that we don't know everything, knowing that it's going to continuously change, but making sure that they're benefiting along the way.
Okay, that's so smart, and I just can imagine how appreciative they are to have that sage advice and just that end-to-end, looking at the workflow and making sure that they're doing all the right things at the right time. And as you said, it's evolving so fast. I would think it'd be really hard for law firms to keep up with everything start to finish, and therefore you guys are bringing to the table experiences that you've had among many law firms, right? Like, and what you learned, what's working well, and bringing that sage advice to the table for your clients.
That's true. And it's a completely different way of working. That's what people don't understand. They look at AI as if it's software. So if I'm going to buy a new practice management system, we're going to implement it, we're going to get trained on it, and we're going to be good to go and using it that way. AI goes so far beyond that, and they don't grasp that, and they think it's a simple thing. They think that it's something that they can go out and just buy and plug in and it works. It's so far from what its potential offers to the firm, and that's what they don't get. So that's kind of the missing piece, and that's what we try and help them with.
Yeah, and so that kind of brings my mind to like trust and credibility, and working with someone like you and someone from your company. Tell me, how do you see those two things playing into the market over like the next year?
Well, for our existing clients, it's kind of easy. We've been working with many of them for 20 plus years. So we've had a very long-standing, trusted relationship, which is great. As you venture out and we start working with more new firms and building new relationships, it's like any relationship. It takes time to establish the trust. So what we like to do is give us the opportunity to get some wins, some successes. Let us prove to you what we can do. We did this with a particular firm, which I thought was really interesting, where we went in and they were frustrated with the cost of implementing new software for it's an insurance defense firm, for their billing process, because they have 9 billable billing clerks working at the firm today. So we had said to them, we'll actually do the implementation for free, but we want a percentage of the amount of time that we save the billing clerks for what they're doing. And we're turning our model around to go out there and say, because let us show you what we can do, so you don't have to make the commitment, the investment. We'll go because we know that we will be successful doing this, and this is kind of the new direction.
I love that.
So I think that's the way of the future with AI. I think a lot of others are going to follow suit with that, is to go out there and say,
well, we can't tell them. We don't want
that's okay. It's all good. We just do it better, so we don't have to worry about it.
You're like paving the path for everybody else.
Exactly.
As always, probably,
Pioneers.
Right? Yes. All right. So, like, one last question. What do you hope to get out of this conference? What do you think would be a big success for you?
Again, I'm going to go twofold with that. Is we're actually, building a lot of great relationships with the other vendors that are here, who have some awesome products. My feeling is we're not going to recreate the wheel. We need to be aware of what's out there so we can bring solutions like that to our clients. So that's first and foremost something that I like to look at and try and build those strategic relationships. In addition, it's obviously meeting new prospective clients and building a rapport with them, and just getting them to know that there's options out there. I think the best kept secret, as I like to say, because we don't do enough to get who we are out in front of prospective clients. So this is a great venue for us to do that, and to meet new people and to start telling our stories.
Just wait. When this podcast airs, your phone's going to be, I'm just
Hopefully it's not my phone. Hopefully it's somebody else's.
You're answering.
But I'd be happy about that.
Your AI probably answers the phone.
Not yet, but we'll get there. So.
All right. Well, Paul, you've been a delight. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks Amy. It's great
All
to
the
meet
success
you.
to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.